Today, we're talking LLCs.
What the hell is even that?
Honestly, what the hell is an LLC, and why do so many new entrepreneurs get hung up on this step? I mean, just look at all of these comments. So let's understand exactly what an LLC is and why you should get one before ever starting your business. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you exactly how easy it is to get one.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm serious. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, and it provides benefits and protections to the business owner that they wouldn't otherwise have. Think of an LLC like a helmet. You never know when things could get messy, but at least you're protected. You're probably sitting there saying, okay, so it protects me and it comes with these benefits, but what exactly are those? I'm glad you asked. Registering for an LLC comes with 5 major benefits and protections. The first benefit is that it protects your personal assets. You wouldn't want to lose your car. I definitely don't want to lose my car. Your house, or your personal savings just because your business flopped harder than a fish out of water. See what I mean? Not pretty. The second benefit of having an LLC is credibility. You don't want to be the sketchy guy selling watches out of the trunk of his car, do you? We all know that guy. Don't be that guy. Registering for an LLC lets your customers know that you're the real deal and that you can be trusted. It lets them know that you took all the necessary steps to create a legitimate business. The third benefit is tax flexibility. Simply put, this means that you get to choose how you would like to pay your taxes. We can think of this like a menu. You have a sole proprietorship, you have a partnership, a C Corp, an S Corp. You just decide what seems most appetizing to you. Just know there's extra steps involved with deciding how you would like to be taxed. For this, I highly suggest talking to an accountant or a tax expert that can help set this up for you. Personally, I get taxed as a sole proprietorship, and that probably will work for the majority of people. The fourth benefit is perpetual existence. What the heck is perpetual existence? Basically, your business lives on even after you've kicked the bucket. This ensures the continuity of your business. We can think of this as a never-ending party, except less booze, more paperwork, and you're not there. Okay. The next screen that you're going to see is state filing time. Typically, it can take anywhere from 4 weeks all the way to 12 weeks. Again, it's not a perfect science. I have always picked the extra $50 20-day business filing. When I was setting up my LLC, I was really interested in moving quickly with this process. But again, if you're somebody who wants to hold off for a little bit, then you can absolutely not pay the $50 and do the 12-week filing. But for this case, we'll do the 20 business days. Okay, and then you're gonna choose a name for your LLC. Again, this is not something that you should be hung up on or really putting too much thought into. Your LLC name basically goes on all of like the legal jargon for your business. It doesn't have to be the name of the brand or the store that you wanna start or anything like that. For example, my LLC is not anywhere close to any of the brands that I currently have. So for this case, we'll just say Scooby-Doo LLC. Yep, LLC. There you go. So my official company name will be Scooby-Doo LLC. And this is going to be different for each state. So sometimes you could choose like Haynes LLC and somebody in Pennsylvania already has the rights to that LLC. So they'll send you an email just saying to update your LLC name. So that can happen sometimes. Don't be like too discouraged about that. Again, nobody's really seeing your LLC anywhere. And then you're going to choose the number of members. So it's just me, I'm going to select 1, but if you have a partner, you would select 2. If you have 2 partners, 3, so on and so forth. And then you're going to type in your business's purpose. So for this, we can just say e-commerce. It doesn't have to be anything long or crazy. You could say retail if you're going to be selling, clothing and stuff like that. We can say this. Yep, we'll just say miscellaneous retailers. Again, that's just telling the state what type of business that you're in. Now it's going to give you, would you like to have a professional business address and virtual mailing service or use your own address? I have always used my own address. I think that's easier than having a virtual, anything that's virtual and so and so forth. You can always get a PO box later if you don't want to be putting your home address on things. I've done that in the past. So for this, we're just going to say use my own address. Again, you can't sign up for your LLC with a PO box, but on your website, you can absolutely have a PO box for that. That way you're not getting like mail to your normal house. Okay, we're gonna select the fake address that I put in. That's where I'm gonna want all of my stuff sent. Click next. We get these for free, but I'm just gonna say no thanks, I don't need those. And then it's going to say, who are the people on this LLC? So it's an individual, we're saying it's me, I'm 100% ownership. If it was a partnership and you worked out 50-50, then you would put that in here as well. Pennsylvania requires you to have a registered agent. Not every state does. I have a registered agent that basically is just saying that if anyone were to, open up a lawsuit against me or anything kind of like legal stuff that would come from a lawyer, all of that would go through my registered agent first before ever just coming to my personal address. So I like to have the registered agent. I do get charged $119 every year after that. But for me, I think it's worth it. It just kind of gives me some peace of mind. But you can absolutely act as your own registered agent. Again, this depends on certain states. So just do that research. Okay. This is asking you to put in all of your information from the government because they want to make sure you're a real person, that you are able to be applying for a business. So this is where they are going to connect your social security number to your business EIN, which is basically like your business's social security number. So I'm not a foreign individual, I do have a social security, it's me, and then I would put in my social security number here. I'm not going to do that because I don't need everybody seeing my social security. And then your physical street address. So from here, you're going to click next. Okay. This is asking if we want to set up banking. I don't bank with Bank of America. I use Chase, so I'm going to say no, I don't need a business account with them because I'll set one up at a later time. And you can't open up a business account until you have that EIN. So you want to make sure you have your paperwork first before going to your bank to open up a business banking account. You can add this on if you'd like to learn about taxes and have a free tax consultation. I'm going to say I'm not interested at this time because I already have an accountant. But if you're somebody new to this and you are trying to figure out what the best way to tax your business and learn about that, definitely sign up for the free consultation, ask your questions, and just get as much information as you can. They're going to ask, do you want these licenses? No, I don't want those licenses. A lot of people try to throw on this extra fluff, and if I legally don't need it, I'm not going to select it. And this is it. At the end, it's going to give you all your information. They're going to say, is this all correct? You're going to run through, make sure everything looks good to you. Click next. And then it should ask for our credit card information. Yep. And this is where you're going to throw in your credit card information. From here, you're going to complete and pay, and that's it. InkFile takes care of everything else for you. So it's really easy. It shouldn't be, intimidating. I know a lot of people, I think because it's working with the state and it has legal connotations with it, that people freeze up, they get anxious about it, just like they do with trying to do their taxes. It's something that's, uncomfortable. It's out of our comfort zone, but it actually is really easy. So you absolutely shouldn't let this hold you back from starting your own business. So if you've stuck around this long through my video, you're absolutely amazing. You're a rock star. You get a gold star. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that you learned a little bit about LLCs and why it's so important to have one before starting your business journey. It makes everything down the road so much easier, and it gives you benefits and protects your asset. And I hope you learned that registering for an LLC shouldn't be that scary. Who said starting a business couldn't be fun? If you liked this video or found any of it interesting, please click the like and subscribe button. That way I can continue making videos like this. If you're somebody who's trying to learn the next steps in starting your business, check out this video here.